Hi everyone. Welcome to Tuesday night.
Yay!
Stephen is my guest tonight.
I'm the guest. I haven't been the guest in a bit.
Yeah, you haven't been the guest in a bit.
It's actually been a few weeks. I was like, can I?
Well, we were going to do an art stream. We were going to do an art stream because it's something Stephen's done that I haven't done ever. But I pulled out the art supply I needed and it was not good, so I had to order more. So next week we'll do that. So suddenly I had to cook something.
Yeah.
And I dealt with that last night and got groceries.
Yeah, I'm still excited because the thing that we're going to be making today actually is.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time, and also it's very delicious. It's very delicious.
I know. So. I made this definitely on the vlog before. I made it at a ChefCon before. Because I remember having to ask your dad to find the recipe in my recipe book and send me a photo of it.
I believe you. Yeah, it's it's good. It's ham and cheese sliders.
Yeah, we're making ham and cheese sliders, and there's a topping on it. And I know this has been around the internet sometime since I found it originally. I've changed what I originally found because it had way too much butter. So I've changed it. And then we're also going to be making a side of charred broccoli, which is how we prefer to do broccoli.
Yes.
We do it a lot this way.
Yeah, if we're gonna make broccoli, we tend to make it this way. And it's very good.
It is very good.
And it doesn't like make the broccoli bad for you.
Yeah.
There are ways to make broccoli bad for you. And I know some people like to melt, like a pound of Velveeta cheese into it. And I'm like, okay, but you kind of immediately lose the health benefits.
So it's charred, it's slightly steamed. That's kind of how it's cooked. And it also gets like a seasoning and stuff on it too. Yeah. So yeah, those are the things we're doing tonight. And then we're gonna start prepping in a little bit and then we'll start cooking. But first we have 3 months from Jace Book, also 3 months from Nat Common, and 3 months from Shadowplay 626.
Appreciate it.
Did those go through?
No.
No, okay.
But they will.
They will. The Reload says, I'm not a broccoli person. Spinach is usually my go-to vegetable.
Chess says yes. Oh.
See, I love spinach.
They're
and
a
Brussels
color.
sprouts. We have 2 months from Glasses and Cake, 3 months from Kuyadar, and 2 months from Wilhelm Heinlein. Thank you all.
Appreciate it.
Please, no Stephen amount of cheese on the broccoli. If you missed breakfast stream, Stephen ate a grilled cheese with 7 slices of grilled cheese. There's 12 in this pack. 12. You know how many servings per container this pack contains? There's 12 slices. There's 12 servings in this.
I am your guest. You can't do this to me. I'm the guest. I'm the guest.
Yeah?
You have to be nice to me. I'm the guest.
Do I?
Also, yes, when you point out 7 pieces in a 12 slice pack, it seems like a lot, but I'll have you know it was 7 from this, which contains 40 slices.
And how many is a serving size in that container?
1.
Gold9 says, it's her show. She can absolutely roast you if it is called for. And it is called for.
7 into 40 seems small. It is small. Let's get started. How do we do this?
All right, so we're going to start by mixing up the stuff we need for the broccoli in a measuring cup all together. Okay. Brandon says, I'm sorry, bud, you can't win this one. So we're going to start with half a cup of water.
I will have to man the camera at some point.
Yeah, you will. That's approximately half a cup.
Okay.
We also need olive oil, which I did not bring over. That's over here. So olive oil, so we have half a cup of water. We're gonna put in a tablespoon of oil. And I should measure this. We normally don't bother, but I'm gonna do it. So I can tell everyone exactly. So a tablespoon of oil. What is up with this spout?
That's about as fast as it normally goes.
No, it's like leaking from the cork part.
Oh, well, it's old.
And while I have this, I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of oil into my cast iron. But a regular skillet would work fine.
Okay. We also had 3 months from Full Metal Grizz 98. Grizz, thank you.
I know that the camera's not over here, but trust me, I'm just measuring 2 tablespoons and pouring it into a skillet.
Nothing exciting has happened.
Nope.
But I can assure you that at the earliest moment that I
am allowed,
suspect something exciting is happening, I will grab the camera and move it. I promise. I promise you.
All right, so water, oil. We need 3 teaspoons of garlic, minced.
We use the squirt garlic.
1, 2, that's probably plenty. Okay, fridge please, that stays cold.
I really like squirt garlic. It's not called squirt garlic.
It's pre-minced garlic.
But it is squirt garlic. They probably didn't want to like sell it with that written on the label, but it's what it is.
We need a pinch of red pepper flakes, and you could totally skip this if you don't like spicy, but I think it adds just a nice 1 pepperoni level of heat.
You shouldn't skip it. I mean, if you're like totally anti-spice, which some people are, then sure. But if you like spice in any capacity,
so you go set that over there, please.
Good. You're gonna need this again?
No.
So I'm not gonna set it over here. I'm gonna put it away.
Okay, it's alphabetized.
Oh, trust me. Ain't nobody know that more than me.
That is good. So I'm just gonna throw a spoon in that because it's oil and water, so it's not gonna combine.
What is so wet over here?
I may have spilled some ice when I got water.
Oh my God, it's cold water.
Yeah,
it's very cold.
It was probably ice from the freezer.
I'll just do a little cleanup operation over here.
Thank you. All right, so I have this prepped for the broccoli. I've also washed the broccoli. It still needs to be chopped, but it's ready. I'm just gonna set this by the skillet. Now we're gonna prep the dressing for the sandwiches. Jess said, it's fine, you've got socks.
What's wrong with you? I just grabbed this.
Yeah, that's not gonna help
I
you
thought
any.
this was a mouse. Just like a very large, it has a mouse button. 3 different cheese hammer, it says, I'm mostly disappointed because you put all that cheese on a sandwich and didn't use me for any of it, you mean man. But the cheese was already flat. What was I supposed to do? Have extra flat cheese? It was already so flat. I'm putting this back.
Thank you, I appreciate that. This is 5 tablespoons of salted butter.
5 tablespoons salted butter.
Will you make that like almost all the way melted? I don't want it like totally liquid, but I want it like mostly liquid.
20 seconds.
Okay, sounds good. We had a 3-month resub from Quinn Quinzel. Thank you. Chaz is in chaos mode, yeah.
Butter! Sorry, I'm imagining that that's what Chaz is doing.
That his eyeballs can do that?
At his desk right now. It's a high P train. That sound means it's a high P train.
He gifted a sub to 64 slices of American cheese.
Is that what you wanted? Is that perfect?
A little more.
A little more?
A little more.
Really?
Yeah, a little more. Little bit. Let's see, I need
7 additional seconds.
4th teaspoon, tablespoon. 4th full, not wet tablespoon.
There you go.
Thank you.
My hero gifted a sub to 64 slices of American cheese.
Thank you. I did not say that one though.
2 months from Adam BL107. Sorry, I was not paying attention to you because I was trying to open the microwave, which took all of my brain time. Yeah, wish the oven will be back.
Oh yeah, we have to preheat the oven too.
There was a brief moment where I was like, oh wait, this would be a good opportunity to test if the RTX thing can do it. And then I realized that we're streaming on a MacBook. And I'm like, okay, well.
All right. So.
Yes.
Melted butter, 5 tablespoons.
Okay.
And next we need to add in a teaspoon of poppy seeds. One of these is open.
Okay. I have to stand so much further behind you.
I know you
to make
do.
sure that I'm in frame. Oh, that's all of them.
That's why I got a second one. There's static electricity in there. Thank you.
Is this recyclable?
Yeah, it's plastic.
It is recyclable. Okay.
Renee says, Steven, you could just be shorter.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't a full teaspoon, I'm just gonna do that. That
Yeah.
seems
You got
plenty.
plenty. It's for.
That can go away, thank you.
It's for looks, right?
All right, what's next? After a teaspoon of poppy seeds is 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce.
I'm sorry. One more time.
Worcestershire, sure. What did I say? 2 tablespoons of this? Yes.
Definitely some extra syllables in there. Worcestershire.
And 1/4 teaspoon of powdered garlic. Garlic salt would work, but my butter was salted, so
Oh, it really depends how much you like salt.
do you want extra salt?
No.
You sure? That can go away too. Thank you.
I'm the best.
Let's see, tablespoon of brown sugar.
Garlic.
Brandon says, are you making a liquid for the sandwich? This goes on top of the sandwich buns, and then you bake it with it, and it kind of like makes a nice little crust that has like, honestly, it tastes mostly like Dijon.
Sure, but it's very good. It's very, very good. If you like ham, cheese, and Dijon, this is a really, really good,
Tablespoon of brown sugar.
really, really good recipe. Big fan.
Do you know where the brown sugar goes? You're just like putting things away from me at this point. It's great.
Yeah, that's because if you put things away while you're doing the prep process, when you're done, it's like,
done.
oh, it's like there's nothing to do. It's really fantastic.
Brandon does have a salt shrine, by the way. He's not lying.
Yeah, it's a lot.
3 tablespoons of Dijon. And these are both almost empty. Why we have 2, I have no idea. But we have a 3rd. Yeah, that went over that way.
Now that I've looked over here, there's nothing. I definitely saw
That's right.
a stray Dijon spurt.
It's right there. You just...
What are you
right
pointing?
here.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
That's the Dijon?
Charlie horse in my foot.
Oh, it's like a baby.
Yeah, it was not much.
Got this little
These are almost empty,
tiny.
which is kind of a pain.
Well, finish them up because
That's what
I don't
I'm
know.
doing. I'm
I
not
don't
opening
know
the new
why we
one.
have 3 bottles of Dijon. Well, sometimes what happens is we already have a condiment.
Yes.
And then we have a party,
Oh,
and people come over and they're like, we're coming over and we're making this thing.
And then they'll bring
And they
ingredients.
bring the ingredients to make the thing, and then they're like, now it's yours. And I think that's how we've wound up with several things that we already owned. It's fine. Renee asked if we got visited by the mustard fairy.
Can you clean that?
Oh my dear God.
Yeah, it made a mess.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
I got you. Sure, hold on. Oh, that's very messy.
Yeah, it is. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, it's no problem. That one really went, didn't it?
It sure did.
Gracious.
I opened it and it went everywhere.
Sometimes.
Chaz said, okay, explain how I have 4 of the same mustards when I do not have friends come over. Brandon said, Chaz, that does not sound like a problem with your friends.
Yeah, that
seems like a Chaz problem.
that sounds like a Chaz and/or Jeff problem. That's not a. I can't explain that one. I have
fixed it.
I have solved.
Thank you for fixing that. And then you can put the Worcestershire and the Dijons back in the fridge.
Yeah, okay.
So I just mixed this up, and if you melt the butter a lot, it's gonna be really liquidy, but I try to keep it slightly soft so it's more like, what would you describe this consistency? Gravy?
Yeah.
It's like a gravy consistency, and it kind of looks like
Maybe
gravy.
Maybe a little thinner.
Yeah. So I have that ready for sandwiches. I'm gonna keep my tablespoon because I'm gonna need to like scoop this. And then we're gonna start prepping everything else. That can wait there too.
Okay.
Thank you. You
are welcome.
I also want to inform you that Kepler did not take his medicine.
Oh God, okay.
Mr. Viper Fang gifted a sub to Worcestershire sauce. We had 100 bits from Fear the Fluff 27, a 3-month resub from Statman 7, and a subscription from Kiradelia. Welcome. Chess said Tiny Eddie's gravy consistency spicy butter fluid. There's nothing spicy in this. That's over there.
He never even tried.
No, he never even tried.
He ate around it.
He did eat around it, yeah.
He's like, I don't even want the pill pocket.
No.
Okay, well. All right.
Could you grease that cake pan for me, please?
Sure.
All right, so we're gonna start by prepping the sandwiches and also preheating the oven to 350.
I'm just gonna spray this with olive oil.
That's fine.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because that's my plan. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm looking at my proximity to like...
Go do it out the front door.
The front door?
Yeah.
Go outside of the home.
Yes.
I'm just looking at the camera and I'm like, how close am I to the camera?
There's gonna be overspray. Go do it outside.
Oh my God. I wonder if they'll be able to hear me.
We had a 3-month resub from Luna Frey Belmont. Thank you.
God, I'm gonna.
So these are King's Hawaiian Rolls. They are delicious.
Oh, thank God there's no neighbors out here.
So what I need to do is, because these are not cut, Jess said, confuse your neighbors. Our neighbors are very confused. Anyway, you gotta break these apart and then you have to cut them in half. Can you hear birds? John says, admit it, Mal, you just wanted to see if he'd go outside. Partially.
I mean, I was looking at how close it was to the camera and I was like, that seems bad. I do not need olive oil in near the camera.
Mm-hmm. You don't.
It's not a good.
I need that over here. Thank you. And then I'm just gonna start putting these in this pan.
Is it time for me to
Josh is also here. Hi, Josh.
Move the camera and show some things?
You can. Could you put these two things away first?
Yes. Is
Thank
it
you.
more Dijon than this?
It is more Dijon.
So much Dijon. I mean, I like Dijon. It's not my favorite mustard.
Oh, I prefer it. Oh, spicy brown and deli are good too.
Yeah, those are my favorite. Deli mustard's my favorite. Something with a little horseradish.
Honestly, I was talking to John yesterday, and I was like, John, what should I make?
Yeah.
And John's suggestion was burgers.
Burgers?
Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's not a bad idea. It just requires that I go outside with a grill. And then I really confused the neighbors. We've already confused the neighbors with our piñata.
Those poor children were so
poor children were really disappointed in the
very
piñata.
disappointed.
That we, like, A, didn't invite them, but B, that it was not candy.
Yeah. So just to have a better visual here about what's going on, Mal is taking all of the Hawaiian rolls and cutting them in half. Probably stop this down a little bit. Cutting them in half and then putting the bottoms here and then leaving the tops over here. And that's the current objective. It's true.
We had a 2-month resub from James EP. Thank you. And I've noticed that my cake pan is, what is that, 9 by 13?
Yeah.
It's like a standard size. That these don't fit in there. They're I give them a little bit of space.
Yeah. So we're nearly done with this part. Mm-hmm. And then the fun part.
Well, you think that's the fun part?
I mean, the fun part is eating.
You're not wrong.
That's the most fun part of cooking.
That can go there.
Maybe if you're like decorating, maybe the decorating part could be very fun.
We had 500 bits from Nat Common. Ham sliders are one of the most nostalgic foods from my childhood alongside funeral potatoes, aka cheesy potatoes. Thanks for making it tonight.
Funeral potatoes?
Yeah, cheesy potatoes. Are you talking about like the shredded kind, Nat?
Scalloped potatoes?
No, shredded.
Shredded potatoes.
I love scallop potatoes. Those are like, or au gratin, those are great.
Yeah, I have never heard of funeral potatoes, so that's a new phrase for me.
So I bought this ham at Costco. You can tell because it's a 3-pack.
Yeah,
Normally,
it's 3 pounds.
Especially if I want to like, this is honey ham, by the way.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll make this like fancier and get like, what's the brand from the deli where they slice it? The really good brand.
Oh, boar's head.
Yeah, like I'll get boar's head if I really want to make this fancy.
Yeah.
But I had this and it was a Costco size pack and I'm worried Steven won't finish it.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. You're gonna use what, 1 pound and leave 2 pounds of ham? I ate like half of a pack today in a sandwich.
Yeah, you did.
So I guess that means that I regularly eat half a pound of ham in a sandwich. It wasn't half. It was probably closer to a third. So I'd say my sandwiches generally contain like a third a pound of ham.
And
Is that
I'm
a normal
taking a
amount?
slice and folding it into a quarter.
Yeah.
And then just putting it on the sandwich. And I'll probably do 2 or 3 on each. Like I'm supposed to have a pound, but these are not in pound packs. They're in 11-ounce packs.
Really?
So I'm kind of guessing.
Yeah, and I mean, I also like already had some today.
Yeah, this was opened.
Also, do what you want.
Yeah.
It's food, right? Like if you're like, I want there to be more ham.
There can be more ham.
If you decide,
no one's stopping you.
If you want 7 slices of cheese on each one, like no one can
Someone
stop you.
should stop you though.
Well, your heart will stop you, but there's no one that's going to tell you otherwise. So like, you know, whatever aspect of the sandwich you like the most, increase it. Or leave all the ratios the same. The world is your oyster. When you're cooking, you have the power. Mm-hmm. The power is yours. Wasn't that like a tagline from an 80s show?
Isn't it the tagline from
Captain Planet?
No.
Isn't it Captain Planet?
No, it's Olmec. He's like, the power is yours alone. Oh, it is Captain Planet?
I think it's Captain Planet.
Everyone's saying Captain Planet.
Yeah.
But I feel like Olmec says it. There's 300 bits from Will
He
Peters.
says the choice is yours and yours alone.
Choice.
Captain Planet is the one that's like, the power. You have the power to defend the planet. The power is yours.
Anyway, there's 300 bits from Will Peters who said, this is a ham.
Ham.
Ham. Or how Steven says it. How do you say it?
Ham. I don't think that I say it that way.
No.
I think that that's just maybe how like Alex said it or something once.
And then
He denies this up and down.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that's not me. And I'm like, but it sounds like something you do. And he's like, you're right.
John says, a lot of shows handed out power. That's the moral of the story. Oven's preheated.
Beep. So glad it's whistling.
I know.
Little whistle for us
Little
tonight.
whistle.
Little whistle.
Their turn of whistly.
Missed him.
I know. We can always bring them back. We could do a recording.
We could just record the oven and then
Make it an alert.
there you go. Anytime people want to hear it, they can.
So I've put 2 slices on all of these.
And how do you feel about the meat distribution?
Kind of think there should be a 3rd slice.
We going high.
What do you think?
Let's go high. Let's do it. Let's live a little. Let's increase
7 slices of cheese. Let's live a little.
Let's increase our ham levels. You know how I've always felt about my ham level.
That it was too low.
Yeah.
300 bits from Will Peters, who said, "Do we have enough to make steamed ham?" I mean, these are pretty damp, so they kind of will steam a little bit.
I'm so glad that tonight's recipe is steamed hams. Very happy about that.
You are.
So
Hi, Thomas.
So we're on to row 3 now.
No, we're on to row 2.
Well, sorry, stack 3.
Stack 3.
Stack 3.
And packet 3. Yeah, I'm really glad I bought the Costco ham.
Also, like time and time again, it makes more financial sense to just buy the Costco whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. There are times where it's cheaper to buy the Costco pack of whatever, and you get like twice or 3 times as much, but the grocery store is so expensive, it's like, oh, I might as well just get this at Costco. That's the way milk is.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to buy a gallon than it is to buy a half gallon. And I'm like, well, okay, guess I'll buy a gallon.
Brandon said every food stream can't get a Costco shout out. They aren't paying you.
I know. We'll just have to start censoring the name.
We had a 3-month resub from Run.exe, and then we also had a gift sub from Nemo from the Hills, and those went to Cheeky Monkey 00, Julia Whites, Lord Windshark, Cat Lizard, and Cheesehammer. All right, that is all of the ham.
That's a good amount of ham.
That one keeps like folding open. You want to eat that piece of ham?
What? Do I want to eat ham?
Yeah.
What a weird question.
I want to eat the ham.
Yes, put it in my mouth.
Eat the ham.
Thank you. Ham. That's very good ham.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Ham. I'll put it away because you have the camera.
It's true. It would be hard for me to do that.
Oh, did you see the sausages I bought?
I did. I didn't know what they were for.
Eating.
Eating? What a wild concept. It's cheese time.
It is cheese time.
So let's see, there's, what is this, 12 sandwiches?
And there are 12 slices of cheese.
And you're gonna put 7 on each one.
No.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
You did. This is provolone. I'm gonna put 1 on each.
So
Which
each
does
one...
seem like a lot.
Yeah, that is actually an astronomical,
half.
that's an astronomical amount of cheese. And
Let's
this
do
is coming
half
from the
on
person
each.
who just ate an astronomical amount of cheese.
Yeah, that's better.
I agree. I mean, also in hindsight, maybe 3 slices of ham was a lot.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's fine. I don't. Here's the honest truth. I don't care what you do. I really don't.
I know. 300 bits from Will Peters, who says, "Got enough ham to make an aurora borealis in your kitchen at this time of year?"
Concentrated entirely in the kitchen.
And we had a 3-month resub from Darkness Bride. Thank you. Circle Now Squared said, "Mal, what kind of Wisconsinite are you?"
7 slice. 7 slice.
1, 2, 3. This is slice 4.
I mean, you could put more cheese on it if you wanted.
No, I don't need to have more cheese on it.
Okay. Just, live your truth, Mel. If that's where your heart is leading you, then, like, put more cheese on it. I don't know what to tell you.
I could put like a single 1/4 on each one.
So you're saying that it would
Have
3/4
of a
of
slice.
cheese. Oh, are you? She's going for it. She's decided that. Yep. She's chosen chaos. She's adding more cheese. She's adding more cheese. It's just, you know, I got yelled at. Everyone's like, Steven, that's too much cheese. The grilled cheese shouldn't have 7 slices. But here we are.
There's not 7 slices.
It's basically the same.
It's basically not.
It's very similar. It's in the same wheelhouse.
Is it?
I don't know.
A cheese wheel?
It's, it's in the same cheese wheelhouse.
All right. You can finish up that provolone when you make a sandwich next, by the way.
Sure.
All right, now we're gonna put all the caps back on.
Love that. So the caps are going back. Look at them Sammies.
Beautiful.
Beautiful Sammies.
All right, before I top those, I'm gonna chop the broccoli. Actually, I'm gonna eat the pieces of bread off this thing because this bread is delicious.
Hawaiian rolls are very good.
They are very good.
If folks have never made sandwiches with Hawaiian rolls, that's something to consider. Mm-hmm. This is what, King's Hawaiian, probably? Yeah, King's Hawaiian. I like them.
All right, moving back to the broccoli. Broccoli needs to be chopped into like florets and sliced. So I'm just gonna cut off the stem.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna cut like each big floret down the center, like so.
Yep.
Like that, and
Sure.
then that's it.
You're basically cutting the florets in half.
Yeah. So what I do when I do that, because like I don't like to get all the little broccoli crumbs everywhere, is I split the stem and then I rip the rest of it because all the little pieces will like pick a side and won't go everywhere.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then these little ones, that's fine on its own, it's too tiny. But like this guy, it's a nice big floret. See, look at that nice split.
Huh.
And there's not a ton of broccoli crumbs everywhere.
That's interesting. I learned something new today.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, because I
You can do that with
always
cauliflower too.
I always cut it straight down the center, and then like where
Do you see how there's not like
yeah I
this little...
understand the purpose, but
Yeah.
you know, in my opinion, I'm just like, let them fall where they may.
And when I get to the core, I do the same thing, but like this is too big,
Yeah.
so I'll just split this again. And then sometimes I'll break off like that
Yeah.
to make a smaller piece.
Yeah. Anytime I do it, I just cut them completely.
I think I mentioned it, but I washed these already. So
Yeah. Be sure you're washing your produce. It's good. It's a good habit.
and for this recipe, I do like to use some of the stem pieces, but not all of it.
Yeah.
So like that much on this bigger one.
Basket's filling up.
Thomas says, but if you drop it on the floor, it's ruined. Yes.
What? What?
I don't know. I assume he means if I drop some on the floor, it would be not good.
I mean, yeah, just as a general concept, you shouldn't drop food on the floor.
400 bits from Aldo, who says, couldn't find anything about it on the collection page, so I was wondering if you guys had any of the figures for Skylanders, you know, for no particular reason that's definitely not 4 months away.
We have... The answer is there are some Skylanders. We don't have like the full set of Skylanders because that's so many Skylanders. But
That's too many Skylanders.
There's too many Skylanders. But we have some that we could use. Like if a Skylanders game came up, we should be able to play it, is my understanding.
Yes.
That's my understanding.
We had a 3-month resub from Hypercole. Thank you.
We have whatever came in like there's like, we have some Skylanders like boxes.
Yeah.
Like they came in a box.
A combo
with,
pack.
Yeah, like it comes with the game and then also like 2 of them or something. We have a few of those for various games. I don't know how interchangeable they are because I don't know anything about Skylanders, to be honest. But I do know that we have like more than one Skylander thing in the house.
All right, broccoli is prepped.
Okay.
I'm done with my cutting board.
All right.
That goes there. And we're going to put the dressing on this because
Love
these will
that.
take about the same amount of time as the broccoli.
Yeah.
And the broccoli is way more hands-on. So this has gotten a bit thicker, which is totally fine.
Okay.
And I'm just going to use this tablespoon and put a little bit on each. And I want to make sure, you know, each of them get some, and I can always come back and add more. And it is like hardened up a little bit because of the butter to solidify just a little.
Yeah.
So I know it will run down and cover everything, which is what I want it to do.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we had these, but they're so good.
And it's easy to like prep a bunch of them and make a bunch of it at once.
Yep.
So everything that was in this was melted butter, poppy seeds, Worcestershire sauce, garlic, brown sugar, and Dijon. It's mostly Dijon and butter.
Yeah.
But because of the brown sugar in there, it is going to do a little bit of like caramelizing and be slightly crispy later, which is great.
I am very excited.
You are? I'm excited.
We haven't had it in a long time.
I can't remember the last time I made it.
It's been a good bit.
Brandon thought I was going to make the meatball sliders I had made for Super Bowl when I said sliders.
Yeah,
And I was those are also really good, but
yeah.
that's not what I was doing. So I don't think I've made these since living here in Raleigh, I mean. There's just a tiny bit left. Okay. So those are set.
Yep.
These are going to go in the oven for, what did I write down? 12 to 15?
At what temperature?
350.
350. Goodbye, little beauties. We'll see you in a bit.
Now, the problem I always have is making sure they're warm because I think when I started making these originally, it was like 6 minutes in the oven and the centers were cold. I don't want the centers to be cold. So in a bit they will be done.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna move to the broccoli, which
Sure.
is going to be stovetop. And I feel like we make this different every time, so I'm doing it from the recipe so I can explain it right.
Okay.
So I have 2 tablespoons of oil in here, and I realized I didn't wipe things down from last night.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes kitchens are in use.
Yeah, I actually cook
Yeah.
normally.
Yeah.
Also, I'm still learning how to like keep a gas stovetop clean because these grates, like, I'm used to being able to just like spray everything and wipe it.
Yeah.
So I want this like on medium heat, and then I'm gonna wait for it to come to temp, and we'll throw the broccoli in.
We had 2 months from Save Frog 33, and Armored Frog gifted a sub to Chaz.
Thank you. I will need also over here salt, pepper, and lemon juice.
Yeah, lemon juice.
So mostly how this goes is we throw the broccoli in, and then we cook it a little bit and let it char without like moving it around. And then we throw in our mix and steam it the rest of the way. The mix we made with the water, the oil, the red pepper flakes, and the garlic.
Yeah.
And then when it's done, we add salt, pepper, and lemon.
Yeah. hopefully folks didn't get confused up to this point that that mix.
This was the mix for the broccoli.
Yeah, there's a broccoli mix, and then there was a mix for the sandwiches.
Yes, and that one included butter, and this one is oil and water.
Yeah, if you put this one on the sandwiches,
It'll be soggy.
Yeah, I don't know what your sandwich turned out like. Probably a little different.
Yeah. I also have one of these drop-in lids to help steam it because you have to cover it. And this one mostly fits my cast iron, so.
Don't we have a bigger one?
We do, but with the gas stove, like even my silicone handle for my cast iron is like getting melted.
Oh.
So I wanted one that would drop in and not overhang and get
I
charred.
understand. Sure. Yeah, okay.
So this is getting warmer. It's not quite shimmering yet. Broccoli mix is just liquefied Dragon Ball, Frog says. It looks a little bit like that. It's a pretty color with red specks in it. It does take a while, I've noticed on the stove.
It's fine.
Mike says I put the handle on the right side because I'm right-handed. I'm not going to be lifting this cast iron because I'm not super strong and I don't really need to like flip it. If I was doing something like that I needed to like flip in the pan and I didn't have my tool in my right hand, I wouldn't be using cast iron, but I would probably switch this. But normally I'm using a tool in my right hand, so that's why I keep mine on the left.
It's interesting to always like hear how different people use the kitchen differently.
Yeah.
You know.
Renee says, I'm surprised because every time I've had gas, it was fast. I don't know what's up with this. Alex and Haley commented that on theirs, the gas like comes up on the sides of the pan.
Yeah.
I don't know why mine isn't that way. It seems pretty contained down there near its housing. All right, this is starting to simmer, or shimmer. So I'm gonna start putting the broccoli in. And this is way too much broccoli for this pan, so what you would wanna do is put this cut side down.
Yeah.
Because that's the side you wanna char, but this is way too much broccoli, so I'm just gonna kind of throw it all in there. So we wanna cook that for 8 minutes-ish and not disturb it any, because I want it to get a char on at least the pieces that are down there touching the cast iron.
Yeah.
And the rest of this will steam, so I'm not worried about it, but some pieces are gonna be real good and some are gonna be not. They'll still be tasty and cooked.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because normally you want all of it to make contact with the pan.
Yeah.
But, desperate times.
I could have grabbed a different skillet, but I wanted the cast iron because it's better at browning. So that's why I went with that.
Except in this case, it won't be.
Yeah, I didn't think about how much broccoli I had.
So much broccoli.
I do want to get a bigger cast iron for Christmas. It's on my list that Steven has.
Okay. Noted.
Noted. Haley has a really nice one. I think Haley has a vintage one that her dad was like in her family.
I think it might be a little rude to steal hers for your Christmas.
Hers.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood. You're like, I need a really nice one. Haley has a nice one. I'm like, okay, I guess I can just break in and take it.
No, it says you need to walk. Maybe. That would be good for other things. We have a subscription from Nerd Arts and Games. Welcome. Thank you.
Welcome.
How Mal stole Christmas? I'm not stealing it. That's Steven. Did I set a timer for this? No, I didn't.
I didn't murder them. It was the hitman. Why am I in trouble?
I did recently just get a bamboo steamer. I want to try making char siu bao. Oh, I have to hit custom. Custom. We'll go with 7 minutes. Because that was my favorite thing I ate in China, except like the duck. So what I need to do is make those. We had a subscription from Red Fury Prime. Welcome.
Welcome.
We also had char siu baos in Kyoto. Do Do you remember that? There was like this tiny little shop on the side of
The mountain.
the mountain.
Yeah.
With the red, orange.
The gates.
Inari Temple? Was that it? Inari Shrine?
Yeah, a shrine.
Pretty sure it was Inari. Which was super cool. Go early if you go. Fushimi Inari. Thank you, Fossix. I knew you would know. Sacroselica says soup dumplings. Yes, that would also be fun to make.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that up to this point, all of the cooking streams that you've done have been things that you have cooked.
Yes.
At some point, you're going to be like, let's try this. Like, I've never tried it. Let's try it live and see what happens. So that could be a disaster, but it could also be very fun.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about painting sometimes. I was like, I could try something new. I could mess it up, but I could also do something I know.
Yeah.
We had a 2-month resub from Twilight Cat 24. Thank you. Mike Capella says, didn't someone give you like 24 dumplings in China, or was it something else? I was looking for char siu bao in Xi'an, maybe?
I don't remember where we were at the time.
We were west. It was not Shanghai and it was not Beijing, so I can't remember 100%. But we had asked the people at the hotel, we're like, hey, can we get any of those around here? And they were like, oh yeah, just go down this back alleyway and you'll find them. And we found someone and it looked kind of like it, but they just turned out to be bread.
It was basically dinner rolls.
Bread.
It was basically a plastic bag full of like
it was a plastic grocery bag full of dinner rolls.
Full of like a dozen dinner rolls for like $1. And it was very good.
I mean, they were good. There was no filling. There was nothing. They were just like dinner rolls.
Yeah. Wasn't exactly what you were trying to get, but it was
no.
fine.
And then I tried to find them the rest of the trip, and I only ever had them in Shanghai.
Yeah, there was a language barrier, so we were doing our best.
Yeah. But it was exciting to go down this small back alley and get handed a bag of bread in a garbage, or not a garbage, in a grocery bag. Yeah. Like the t-shirt plastic bags. Yeah. Good story. So what's our timer? I have 4 minutes on the broccoli and I have 1 minute on the sandwiches. I think I have like 5 minutes on the sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
Because I only put a timer for 10 minutes and it's like 12 to 15.
Okay.
But the broccoli is really popping. I can hear it over there.
Oh yeah, it's loud. That's some loud broccoli.
Yeah. Lord Windshark says, $1 though? Sounds like a good deal. That's what we thought.
Yeah, there was a lot of food that was like that.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting because depending on where you were in the city, the price of everything was wildly different. Because there were places that we went that were super, super inexpensive like that. And then also we went to like a shopping mall at some point, and like everything in the shopping mall was actually like pretty expensive.
Steven, did you see the tomatoes I got today?
No.
Look at the tomatoes I got today.
Oh my God.
There was actually 3. Oh.
What are you doing?
I ate the other one.
Oh.
You want one?
Oh.
Have you had a yellow one yet?
What?
Have you had a yellow one yet?
I have not had a yellow one yet.
Eat the yellow one.
Okay.
Eat the yellow one.
Okay.
I also have to like deal with something, so eat it.
How? Mmm.
Those sun sugars are real good.
Mmm. God, that's good.
All right, so I got 2 minutes left on the broccoli, and I'm starting to smell a little bit of like charcoal burning.
Yeah.
So I turned it down just a little bit, because I don't want to like peak. And like I want it to like set, because you're supposed to leave it alone, but I don't want it to like really, really burn.
Yeah.
So I just turned it down a little bit.
But also, it's going to get a little burn on it because
Yes.
that's the purpose.
That is the purpose. Where did I put the other? Oh, it's over here. Yeah. I just had to remember how much I cook it after. King of the Nerds says that red one has a beautiful color. I think it could use another day. I shouldn't have picked it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Mike says, I kind of want to see you attempt to make your own sauce like us Italians. I didn't grow any sauce tomatoes. All of my tomatoes are like sandwich or cherry tomatoes. I didn't grow any like San Marzanos or Romas.
I mean,
I could go to the farmer's market and get some, and then I could try and make a sauce.
You could also still make sauce with cherry tomatoes. Like, no one's stopping you. You're certainly not, it's not going to be a factor of not having enough tomatoes.
That's true.
We're going to have hundreds of tomatoes.
The Cherokee Purple I planted, I counted 17 or 19 like big tomatoes on it today.
Yeah.
I was like really excited. All right, so this has been 8 minutes. So I'm gonna remix up my mix with the oil and the garlic and the red pepper flakes and the water.
Yeah.
Pour it on here and then cover this for 3 minutes.
Okay. So now we just leave that for, what'd you say, 3 minutes?
3 minutes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna set a timer for 3 minutes. And then these are like basically done.
Yeah.
Oh, one fell over. It's fine. You
Well,
can kind of see the sandwich fell over.
It's fine.
Yeah. But I want to make sure the centers are hot, and it's like 12 to 15, so we're getting there. And then we'll be set.
So in the next like 3 minutes, both the broccoli and the sandwiches will probably be done.
Yes.
Ooh, exciting. I'm very
Brandon
excited.
says there's going to be so much produce, y'all. The zucchini is just the beginning. There's been a lot of zucchini. I think that one's number 9. And I've had maybe like 8 cherry tomatoes so far, but there's been no big tomatoes turning yet.
Yeah.
So I've only had cherries.
I like zucchini a lot, but we do have it like every other meal.
Yeah, I need
almost.
to eat that one, so I was kind of considering chopping it up after stream and cooking it.
Okay, yeah, that'd be fine.
And what I've been doing with the zucchini,
Yeah,
let me talk about that while we're waiting.
sure.
Here's a zucchini. So this one I just picked yesterday or the day before, I can't remember. So I try to get them when they're about this is a bit longer. I've been trying to aim for as big as my hand.
Yeah, like 6 inches.
They start to grow seeds and the outside part gets a bit tougher the bigger they get.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, if you let this go, like, it would be like bigger than my forearm. Like, they get huge.
And the thing is, you're aiming for 6 inches because apparently that's the optimal like texture, flavor, or something.
So I cut it into coins. I obviously cut off the stem and the blossom end, and then I cut it into little coins.
Yeah.
And then I just saute it with some tahini,
Yep.
and it's been really good.
Yeah, it's a very simple dish, but good lord, it's
Just a little
very
bit
good.
of oil and tahini, and it's great.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm super happy that Mao has had such an interesting gardening and like been doing it, because I get to reap all of the rewards of the delicious food.
Yes.
It's been really nice.
I finally had a first watermelon on the plant yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's not edible yet, but it was like the size of a little pea, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's this tiny little watermelon with tiny little stripes.
Yeah, there's a photo that Mao took of this watermelon, and there's an ant in the picture, and like it's not that they're the same size, but like they're pretty close to the same size.
Noah saw it. Noah says it's tiny.
It's just a little tiny
It's a
thing.
little tiny boy.
Do you have that photo on your phone?
I do. Let me post it, and I'll post a couple of the other photos I took today.
Yeah, then we can at least like show folks
What we're talking about.
Yeah, so they can see it, because it's such a tiny little. It's sorry.
All right, I posted the tomato ones first.
It's such a tiny. It's a little tiny.
Right. I sent 3 photos.
Tiny watermelon. It's so cute.
And there's been my 3 minutes.
Cute.
So what I'm gonna do is
okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn off my stove.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna grab something to take the lid off. There's the some of the cherries. There's just so many on that plant.
Yeah. We got lots of tomatoes.
We do.
Like no shortage of tomatoes here. Let me frame it this way.
That's better, thank you.
Yeah.
And there's the Cherokee Purples. Like, I counted those, and they're probably like this big, and I counted like 17. 19 of them.
Incredible.
So none of those have turned yet. And then there's the tiny watermelon. It's like towards this way. It's like right here, and there's an ant on the leaf that it's like right next to. So it's super tiny.
Yeah, it's strange because you know you associate watermelon with like being big, but they start.
And it's an
small.
icebox melon, so it's not going to get super big. Look at that beautiful color. So we're just going to throw a little bit of salt and pepper on top of this and the lemon juice. And you have to go by feel on this, so you have to kind of guess.
It's also, in my opinion, pretty hard to screw up.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could add too much.
Oh yeah, you could, but like, I don't know. This would have to be like the first thing you've seasoned in your life. And if it's the first thing you've ever seasoned in your life, then you know what? School of Hard Knocks. You're gonna have to over-season. I don't know.
All right. I believe the sandwiches are also set, so I'm gonna pull those out. I don't think they have quite a crust on them yet, but they look warm. So what I want to do is just kind of fix this one, I think, or not. It won't. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna turn the broiler on for a minute. Broil. And just a little bit of crust on that.
So now that we're like done, I'm gonna put this back in its little station.
Yeah, because you're gonna have to eat.
I love that part.
Anonymous gifter gifted a sub too. Silent companion, thank you. Not a crust circle, no. In Britain, they call that a grill. Is that what they call the broiler? Like on the top, where it gets super hot and like bakes?
What? Really?
Interesting.
No. But also maybe, I don't know anything.
I have no idea either. Can you put this back in the fridge and this back in the fridge?
Toadlink says yes. Yeah, these can go back in the fridge. It's the grill. Wild.
A lot of people are saying grill.
Yeah.
Becca says our broiler is on the bottom. Circle Now Squared said, but a grill is outside. Yeah, that's what I feel. So it is a broiler and you broil the top of it.
Yeah.
A few people say the broiler's on the bottom too.
I feel like I've seen broilers on the bottom before. Although, in my opinion,
it's
it
just
makes
the
more
wire coil though.
It makes more sense to have the broiler on the top.
Yeah.
Because like, isn't the source of the heat normally at the bottom in the first place?
Yeah, that's how ours is.
So what would a broiler be if it's on the bottom? Just
that's just
powerful
the
coil?
oven. It's the heating element, the coil.
Shani Nerd asks, what exactly is broiling?
That's when you like want to toast the top of something. So you could throw like a ton of bread in the oven and broil it and it would toast it all. But if you wanted like a charred top, like if you want your pizza to have like a nice brown to it, like you would turn on the broiler.
A broiler is, I mean, I can't verify the bottom thing, but typically the broiler is on top and it gives you intense heat.
Yes, it
very
is
quickly.
550.
So you can be like broiler and it'll be like, and then it's like super hot. So broiler is generally not a cooking method so much as it is like a finishing method.
You could, one of the common things I've seen, I believe it was on Good Eats, is you can like use a broiler to grill. Like Alton Brown did that, I think, with steak in the oven, because it was like, what do you do if you can't go outside?
Yeah.
And you can also use it to brulee. Like if you were doing creme brulee, it does work. It's not as good as a blowtorch, but it does work. Someone had said something about your oven might also have an air fryer. So if you had a convection oven, an air fryer is basically just a mini convection oven. This one is not. Our last house had one.
Our last house.
This is just a loud oven.
We could not have done cooking streams in the last house.
No.
Because when you turned on the microwave, if the oven was on, Did you forget?
I forgot I had the broiler on. See how fast that goes?
This is a great example of how quick the broiler works.
It's fine. It's just very toasted, and a couple are a little darker than others. Love it.
OF the bread.
This is why you don't leave the broiler unattended. We had a 3-month resub from Valix Butterfly. Thank you.
Thank you for that demonstration.
You're welcome, Boffmanoff. I'm glad we learned something.
3 months from Valix Butterfly, and then also an anonymous gifter gifted a sub to Silent Companion. Thank you. Yeah,
they're fine.
They're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine.
They're fine. Brandon says there were 2 full human adults watching it. Yeah. We were talking. I'm gonna leave this open so it cools down.
I mean, I take no responsibility. I wash my hands of this.
But you were my helper today. Chess says, I can't believe you distracted them like that, chat. How dare. It matches the broccoli.
It is chat who has done this. Yeah, it does. They match. We got a little color on both things today. It's no problem. I don't see why it's a problem. Some of these actually look perfect.
Yeah.
Some of them, just take off the thing. Anyway, this was a good demonstration of how the broiler works. The broiler will help get a little crust on top, but when you do the broiler, never like walk away, never get distracted by like a Twitch chat. It's probably best to set like a timer. Be like, all right, I'm gonna do
2 minutes.
30 seconds. Do 30 seconds and check every 30 seconds because a lot can happen in that time frame. Perfect. Perfect. Never turn your back on the ocean or the broiler. Mike says this is why cooking shows don't have an audience. A lot of cooking shows do have audiences.
Sometimes.
Not all the time.
They don't really do it live. How many you want?
I typically eat 3.
Here you go.
Oh, I see that you desperately tried to give me some that weren't.
Yeah, I did.
That's kind of you, but also I would have eaten the...
Oh, you want one of the other ones?
I want you to be able to enjoy your meal, Mallory.
I will enjoy my meal, I'm good.
Like, I will eat the burnt ones, it's not a problem. You want a fork?
Yes, please.
Do you want a knife?
No.
I typically just rock the fork back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be okay if I close this?
You can. I was hoping to cool it down faster so it stopped whistling.
It will not be done whistling before the stream's over,
Okay.
and I run the risk of falling into the oven. It'll be a whole Hansel Gretel situation. It's not a good idea. Okay, so.
So here's an example of the broccoli chard. You can see it has this nice little char. And the broccoli does not taste like
Burnt.
That's good. The lemon is nice too.
Mm-hmm.
This lid gave up.
It fall over.
Yeah, well, it fell over and it turned into half. Like it got all scrunched up. I'm trying to cut it. I'm not having a lot of success. This is kind of a... Probably should have started with the one that still had its kept its form.
Happy?
That's very good. It's been a long time since we've had this. And it's just a really good, like...
Quick, easy thing?
It is, because it doesn't take very long to do, and then also it's just such a feel-good food.
Goblin Ebb says, how's the cheese to ham ratio? I think it's perfect.
Really?
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
So 3 slices of ham.
Mm-hmm.
And you did 3/4 of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I think I agree with Mal. I think it would be fine with either 2 or 3 slices of ham. I think 3 is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think 3 is too large, right? That's, I think, the concern. And I don't think it's too much. I wouldn't do 4. I think 4 would be a lot.
These are messy. Because the sauce has gone everywhere, which is great, but it is everywhere.
I definitely prefer to eat this with a fork.
Your mileage may vary. But these are very good. They're very comfort food for me because like I just really like mustard. So having like a hot mustard dish is very nice. I'm a big fan of that.
Very good dish.
It's been a while since we made the broccoli too. Probably
Because we've been eating so much zucchini.
We've had a lot of zucchini. I thought about growing broccoli in the winter. It's more of a cold weather.
no.
No?
I said yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking radishes,
As opposed to no.
spinach, arugula, broccoli. There's like one more thing I'm thinking of growing. But we have such a long growing season.
Yeah. It's very exciting. I mean, Mal's gotten a lot out of the gardening, the whole gardening thing. So watching you follow that into the other seasons is really cool. Are you going to make any changes to your physical garden?
I want to put up a higher fence because I have deer.
Just to kind of put our feelers out. Who in chat would be interested in some gardening streams? Is that something that would be an interest?
Snack for deer.
Like seeing Mal doing like some of the planting and things like that? Oh yeah, a lot of interest suddenly. Okay, great. Oh, cool. So I've been trying to document a little bit on the vlog of like how things have been progressing. But I think doing a stream, maybe when you do the initial planting of whatever next thing you're gonna do, could be very interesting. So.
Because like right now, all I did today, because it rained today, is I went out there and I looked to see how things were doing, trimmed some leaves, harvested 3 cherry tomatoes, and that was all I did today. So there's not a whole lot to show off right now. Maybe when there's like a ton of tomatoes, but they're still taking their time. 300 bits from Action Cat, who says, we grew broccoli when I was growing up and the plants go up and then back down and I thought they were dying and we accidentally drowned them trying to keep them alive.
Oh.
I don't know anything about growing broccoli. I've grown tomatoes all my life. I didn't struggle with them in Wisconsin like I do here, but there is every pest and disease and thing that could go wrong down here for tomatoes than Wisconsin. So
Yeah, it's certainly not easy.
broccoli would be new, and I would be willing to try it and see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be fun, you know. I saw someone ask about like how it would work. I think they meant from like the technical side of
It was too big of a broccoli.
how would we do streams. And when I'm in the garden, I have Wi-Fi. Like our Wi-Fi seems to reach, which is weird because it cuts out on the porch. So I don't know why it reaches there.
Yeah, I don't either. I FaceTimed with my mom in the garden and did just fine.
Okay, yeah. I might run a little more like tests to make sure that it would be consistent because it would be sad to start it and then it stop. But yeah, if as long as it stayed, like we should be able to. We could just put a little like table out there or something with the laptop, and then we could use the camera, or we could possibly use like a phone or something. So
We could run an Ethernet cable.
Probably wouldn't. We have a mesh network, so we could get another extender if we really wanted to. We could, honestly, we could do that and then maybe finally have internet just on that part of the house, the patio and stuff. I don't know, something to think about. But yeah, we have options.
Goblin Ebb says, in the winter, you grow the broccoli normally like outside, or is this a greenhouse situation? I would grow it outside, probably in late fall. We live somewhere that doesn't really get snow. And I mean, it gets like cold, but it's not freezing, so.
Well.
When I'm done with the summer garden, probably in September, I'll tear everything out, and then I'll probably plant my fall garden. And I probably will stop November to February, and then I'll plant a February garden.
Okay.
I gotta check on the North Carolina gardening thing, see what people say.
Oh yeah, King of the Nerds has a power line adapter. I have a set of power line adapters in a box somewhere in my office, so that could be possible. I've never tested power line going from like inside the house to outside the house. That would be very interesting, right? Because there's outlets on the outside of the house, and I'm wondering if there's any sort of like protocol that prevents that from working. I don't know. So yeah, there's options. We would try and figure it out, especially if folks are really interested in seeing it. So anyway,
things coming up tomorrow.
I was going to ask you to ask Chaz to run the Patreon ticker.
Chaz, could you run the Patreon ticker?
I can't run it. We don't have a button. I actually don't think we can make a button. Like, I don't know how to do that without a Stream Deck.
Thank you,
so
Chaz.
we're just always going to ask Chaz. Thank you,
I like
Chaz.
how you were like, Mal, can you ask Chaz?
That was me.
As if you're not mic'd.
Well, that was me trying to remind you so you would do it.
I see.
Yeah.
I need a button.
You need a button?
Voice command button.
There's probably something I could figure out.
Yeah.
Thank you, patrons. What's happening? Tomorrow I'm streaming.
Tomorrow you're streaming.
Tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm streaming. 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm doing a stream because I have some Switch stuff. I was gonna do some solo games, but I still have some First 20 stuff I need to do. Nintendo sent me over copies of Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2 for the Switch, and I need to try those out. And I'm excited to see, for one, how they look, because that's exciting. And then also, I haven't touched those games in a long time, so I'm excited to just put like a little bit of time into them, just kind of get a look and be like, what do these look like on Switch? These look good? So I'll be at least covering each of those a little bit tomorrow, as well as maybe some other things. So sorry to hear that you'll be playing Pikmin. It's the beginning of the game, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's just a little at the beginning.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
It's a little bit at the start. It's totally okay. You can play them both simultaneously.
Thursday's breakfast stream, as normal. And Friday will be Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. God, Tears of the Kingdom.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, cool. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Are we doing the 1-2 Switch sequel on Friday? Nope. Zelda. Zelda. Over the week, what's the day?
Today is Tuesday.
Yeah. Over the weekend, there will be a new Patreon video, and we'll be talking about some stuff, but we're still a few days out from that. Did you?
I have it ready.
You have it ready. Do we have a raid message?
Yeah. Do we have a raid message?
And also, who are we raiding?
We're gonna be raiding Massey.
We're raiding Massey, and we're raiding Massey with
Don't walk away from the broiler.
Squirt garlic. Sorry, I'm the guest. And the guest likes squirt garlic. Squirt garlic.
Keep getting lower.
Okay, Lil John. Goodbye.
All right, Chaz, could you send that raid for me, please?
Thanks, everybody, for being here.
Yep, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. We're gonna do an art stream next week. The stuff shipped.
I know. I know. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. Y'all have a good evening, and we will see you tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern, on my channel for First 20. Bye.
Bye. Masay is playing Slime Rancher.
The first one?
I don't know.
Second one came out like a while ago.
There.
Squirt garlic.
Yes. The best of moods. Squirt garlic. Oh my god. That's so high. That is one absolutely cursed message.
It's Steven's fault, Masay.
I mean, TBH, there's no such thing as too much garlic.
Correct.
I don't know. Pretty sure that is fact. Pretty sure I refuse to be told otherwise.
I believe that.
All right, are we set then?
We're set.
All right.
If folks didn't already see them, wait, did I release more than one? I released 8. I got a vlog out today. Check it out. I have some more actually cooking.
I need some more broccoli.
I'm as of right now, I'm only a week behind, so that feels good because I'm slowly but surely catching up while trying to simultaneously juggle some other things and, more importantly, keep my sanity.
That's important.
It's important. I haven't always been great at it, but I'm doing pretty good right now. So stay tuned for more vlogs tomorrow. Sorry, this is really good. All right, folks.
Thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys later. You okay? We had a 2-month resub from PK Daisy. Thank you, PK Daisy, at the minute. Bye, everyone.